Hey guys, and welcome to a new video from me. Today we're going to look at all of the books that have come into my possession in the month of April. This is my April book haul. Let's get into it. I did stop by Target this week. There are so many new releases at Target that I wanted to buy, but I limit myself to only buy one per visit, and this week I picked up Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. Christian and Mads were the ones who finally convinced me to pick this up, because when I first heard about this book, it was everywhere. It was all over Book Talk, and I was like, how does everybody know about this book? Because I don't think this author has written any other books, and I did not understand. I don't understand how that happens. That's like with music. One day Zach Bryan popped up all over Instagram. One day Chapel Rowan popped up all over Instagram, and I'm like, how does that happen? How do people know about this stuff before it comes out? But this edition has pretty sprayed edges. I don't know if this is romantasy or just fantasy. It is young adult, and it is about our main character who has lived multiple lives. She has had multiple past lives, but every time when she's about to turn 18 years old, she ends up getting murdered by this demon, by this spirit. We're not exactly sure what he is. But this time around, she has to keep her younger sister alive, and she has to protect her younger sister. So she wants to find this spirit before it finds her, to come up with a deal to keep her alive, to keep her sister alive. Next, there's a great website. If you are into historical fiction, it has it all sorted by era. So I've been through the Neolithic, prehistory, all of that, and now I want to look at ancient history because that is what I'm currently loving. And I did find several books. I added them to my watch list on eBay, and one seller offered me 40% off, and if you offer me over 25% off, I will buy it. This is the book that I ended up getting, which is Enchant the Heavens by Kathleen Morgan. I mean, look at that cover. Historical romance, Roman, Celtic. There's Roman invaders happening in Britain, and it's a love story and a series. I've tried historical romance in the past, but this is an era that I'm really fascinated in, so I do think I'll have better luck with this one. I did get a gift from YouTube Cletus, so thank you so much for this gift. Thank you for tuning into my videos and commenting on my videos. It truly means a lot, because that's what keeps this channel going and keeping it alive. You know, I would still be doing it if nobody was commenting or watching, but it just makes it all the more worthwhile and more fun when you're getting feedback from people and hearing from other people, because that's why I created this channel, so I could talk about my love of books with others, because I didn't really have anybody in my life to do that with. The book that he got me is An Immense World by Ed Young, with the subtitle How Animals Senses Reveal the Hidden Realms Around Us. And animals, I think they know a lot more than we give them credit for, that they are these intelligent beings. I can't wait to see how Ed Young goes about this, because how do you get inside the head of an animal? This was also winner of the Pulitzer Prize and one of the New York Times 10 best books of the year. I did stop by Goodwill this month and picked up 3 books there. First being The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. As y'all know, in March I read my first Mitch Albom book, so I do want to pick up more from him, and all of them I've got secondhand, which is super cool. So you're always going to see him at the thrift store and the little free libraries, which is awesome. I don't really know too much what it's about, but I've heard great things. Because one by one, Eddie's 5 people illuminate the unseen connections of his earthly life. As the story builds to its stunning conclusion, Eddie desperately seeks redemption in the still unknown last act of his life. Was it heroic success or a devastating failure? The answer, which comes from the most unlikely of sources, is magical and inspirational as a glimpse of heaven itself. In The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, his first novel. Oh, this is his first novel. I didn't know that. Mitch Albom gives us an astoundingly original story that will change everything you've ever thought about the afterlife and the meaning of our lives here on Earth. Already embraced as an international bestseller. Oh, it might be his first fiction. Find out why this timeless tale is treasured by readers of fine fiction and fans of Tuesdays with Morrie around the world. As author Amy Tan says, this book is a gift to the soul. Next at Goodwill, I didn't realize I had this book on my Amazon wishlist already, because anytime I get a gift on my Amazon wishlist, I go and clean out the list afterwards, because I'm like, oh, okay, I got that book, so I can take it off and all that. But I did see this one, and it sounded fiction at first, but it is actually nonfiction, and that is Agent Sonia, The Spy Next Door by Ben McIntyre. vampire who I did enjoy The Spy and the Traitor from, so I do want to check out more of his books. And this is about a woman who is a spy during the Cold War in 1942 in the English Cotswolds. Is that how you say it? I only see pictures of that place and think it's so beautiful. Lastly, at Goodwill, I'm going back to 2014, you know. We're gonna have another book without vibe, but I picked up Looking for Alaska by John Green. This is a book when The Fault in Our Stars came out. I read that and I told everybody I'm gonna read Looking for Alaska next. I never got around to it. I didn't read that much when I was in school, like the outside, you know, I didn't read for pleasure when I was in high school, and everybody was telling me, oh my gosh, that book is so much more sad, it's a really sad book. And again, I never got around to it, but we're gonna get around to it now, and this is so nice to see and how short it is. I don't really know what it's about, but I think it's like this girl gets sent to boarding school, or somebody, okay, Miles, that's a guy, so somebody gets sent to boarding school. And do people die? Probably. I did go to a little free library in Hartsville, South Carolina this month, and this book was also on the ancient history list, but I got this before I even looked at that list. This is Sarah by Merrick Halter. It is all about Sarah, who is the wife of, I think, Abraham. Yeah, Abraham in the Old Testament. This is a book series, is retelling those biblical stories of the Old Testament, but telling it from the perspective of the women, which I think is really cool. I really enjoyed the red tint. So I am looking for more books that are like that. So if you know any, let me know in the comments. Now we have my book of the month picks this month. And yes, I still got this many of them. Do I need that many? No. But this is the cheapest place to get hardbacks other than getting them secondhand. The first one I picked up is The Griffin Sisters Greatest Hits by Jennifer Weiner. Jennifer Weiner is an auto-buy author for me because I loved Mrs. Everything, but I haven't got around to any of her other books yet. And this one is like Y2K, about a band in the early 2000s until suddenly they weren't. Two sisters bonded by music, divided by fame, silenced by tragedy. Now 20 years later, a new generation will try to reunite them. Can the love between sisters survive the secrets that remain? Next, this is another book that I've been seeing a lot on Book Talk, but you either love it or you hate it, so hopefully I love it. It is a fantasy, so that's going to be kind of scary for me. This is Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambao. Look at this cover though, absolutely beautiful. A woman inherits a pawn shop where you can sell your regrets, and then embarks on a magical journey when a charming young physicist wanders into the shop in this dreamlike and enchanting fantasy novel. This is a new release that, again, I've seen a lot of places, but it seems right up my alley, and that is Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. Cottagecore, that cover, right? This is a sweeping love story with the pace and twist of a thriller. Broken Country is a novel of simmering passion, impossible choices, and explosive consequences that toggles between the past and present to explore the far-reaching legacy of first love. I love that English countryside setting, as you can see from the cover of the book, and I love when we have dual timelines connecting past and present, and I do think we might have an estate. I love estate settings, especially over there in the UK. Now this is one, again, people are either loving or they're hating, and that is The Favorites by Lane Fargo. I know this has to do with ice skating. Let's see the synopsis here. There's not really a short little blurb. She might not have a famous name, funding, or her family support, but Catriona Shaw has always known that she was destined to become an Olympic skater. When she meets Heath Roca, a lonely kid stuck in the foster care system, their instant connection makes them a formidable duo on the ice. Clinging to skating and each other to escape their turbulent lives, Kat and Heath go from childhood sweethearts to champion ice dancers, captivating the world with a scorching chemistry, rebellious style, and roller coaster relationship, until a shocking incident at the Olympic Games brings their partnership to a sudden end. Lastly, this is another book that was on my Amazon wish list, and sometimes I look at the list and be like, oh, I can get that book of the month for cheaper than I can on Amazon. This is a short little book called A Season of Light by Julie Iromania. Of these schools during the Nigerian Civil War, 276 schoolgirls are abducted from their school in Nigeria. This is a deeply moving story of one immigrant family living in the complex landscape of contemporary America. Another Target pickup this month is the new Hunger Games book. Y'all know I am so intimidated to reread the Hunger Games because those books were my life as a preteen and teenager. I'm so scared to read these newer books, but I do think I'm going to do a big reread. Stay tuned for info on that if you guys would like to join me. The new book is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, and this has some bonus content, but I'm sure everywhere you buy it says it has bonus content. It's just different things. This is Haymitch's story about his Hunger Games experience. I know I do go to Barnes & Noble at the start of every month. In April, I am reading classics, so I wanted to buy the highest rated classics on my to-buy list according to Goodreads, and these were the ones that came up. First, we have If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin. This is an honest and stunning novel. James Baldwin has given America a moving story of love in the face of injustice. I love all these covers that I got at Barnes & Noble this month. I can't wait to show you the rest. Next, we are going to the Jazz Age with The Ex-Wife by Ursula Parrott. This is it was an instant bestseller when it was published anonymously in 1929. The story of a divorce and its aftermath, which scandalized the Jazz Age. Lastly, this is a book that so many fans of fantasy loves, and it might be a classic fantasy. It is a comic satire of Chinese bureaucracy, and that is the Monkey King Journey to the West by Wu Qing-in. Those are all the books that came into my possession in the month of April. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you had a happy Easter. If you made it through this whole video, leave some kind of rain emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! If you are familiar with my videos, you're used to seeing Sherman at the end of them. Sadly, Sherman has since passed away, but I would still like to encourage you guys to help your local shelters. Sherman was at the Darlington County Humane Society in rural South Carolina. I always have their link down below in the description if you guys would like to help them, but also help your local shelters as well. You can do that by donating, sharing posts like this one, volunteering, fostering, and adopting, which it's great to do all of those things. Great to help your community, great to help the animals in your community, and I cannot recommend it enough. All of my pets were rescues, they were strays or from animal shelters, and I love them so much, and I know how much love they can give, so knowing these pets at the shelter can equally give that much love, it's amazing. And y'all should totally take part and help out those local animal shelter pets, and please help them.